No, they'll stick around. It's just that like with hindsight's like 2020. You always can like when Harry Potter was live, everyone was a lot more of a hater. It still was not like the best thing ever.
Is that real? I feel
But
like everyone. I feel like everybody like the popular sentiment towards Harry Potter when it was like going on. I thought basically everyone liked it, and then
I think
now,
everyone at the very least like tolerate, like no one hated it per se. But like I felt it was overrated. Like I was like I remember I'm the exact age group for the books and the movies and all that stuff. Like I'm the exact age of
every girl I knew and talked to at university either had no idea what it was or like had like six Pottermore tattoos like on their labial folds.
yes.
It
My
was
sister has Harry Potter tattoos. Every girl I know has Harry Potter tattoos.
dude, I was watching a YouTube video from do you know like Ali Abdal? He's some like Indian like hustle grind set YouTube guy.
No, but that's
And
powerful.
I saw his wrist the other day. He has like 3 or 4 million followers or something. He literally just posts about like it's kind of anything. He basically does anything that he has collected knowledge on in any capacity. He just makes a video about and then says, "I'm making this video because by making this video, I can monetize my knowledge." And
I like that. That's grind. That's a grind
yeah,
set.
I know it's
We should
actually
start doing
dope.
that. We should
Right,
just
it's
start fucking making
incredible.
videos about random shit.
Well, he just takes like anytime he has like a little personal pursuit over something, he collects all of the knowledge that he collected and like makes a video or some sort of a course or something like that. And
Damn, he's grinding.
right, it's a very good and like I've started doing this in terms of notes, right? Like I've been collecting the information now and like writing it all down, typing it up, storing it in City and all that stuff. Uh, I have not gotten to the publishing part, but there definitely is the possibility to just do that. But anyway, this guy, I see his wrist and he has the fucking tattoo. You know, the triangle with the square with the or the
Yeah,
triangle
the
with the circle with the
Horcrux
walking.
thing. Yeah, yeah. I think it's a Horcrux. Yeah,
The Deathly Hollows symbol or whatever it
Deathly
was.
Hollows. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. My sister has that tattoo. I see that tattoo all the time. Actually, I'm getting like it's very strange now because I feel like something happened in the last 10 or so years where most tattoos I see on people are like from fiction, and like I'll like watch videos and I'll recognize like, oh, that's from Hunter x Hunter, that's from One Piece, that's from Marvel, that's Harry Potter. Like, you know what I mean? It's like not even like it's just like symbols from even I kind of like
Right, yeah,
the
like it's not like, oh yeah, this is the this is the thing that was painted on the fighter jet that killed my brother or something
yeah, no,
like
now
that.
yeah,
Like
now it's like, oh, that's the fucking the like the curse symbol from Berserk, which is a cool tattoo. I respect that if someone had that. But yeah, it's very interesting that this has been. I'm okay with this
I would
trend.
be a little bit fucking wary to tattoo like curse symbols on myself.
Yeah, but I see it all the fucking time. In fact, I see more
Would you
demon.
go into a bathroom in the dark and Bloody Mary 3 times into the mirror? Would you do it?
Would I do it? I've never done it, but I probably would. Oh,
Because
I
I
can't
would
say I would.
100% never fucking do it. Like you could not, you you absolutely could not at one point get me to do that shit, man. And as a kid, I always had this really weird cognitive dissonance because people would be like, "Well, if you don't believe in ghosts, why wouldn't you do it?" And eventually, I realized that I just believe in ghosts. I don't,
Based.
like I clearly believe it though.
Hell yeah. Sometimes you just gotta accept it. Like fuck it, I'm not about that life.
Yeah, like I definitely think there's you know, like I don't know, I didn't even spend that much time on X as a kid, but when I when I see the posts from there, I wind up being confronted with stuff that my brain has like independently like synthesized to like scare me.
Hmm.
So I'm like, oh god, other people have seen these same things that I've always suspected might be real. Like they're definitely real now.
I never had a ghost thing. Like I don't really feel, but I definitely demons, maybe a little bit of cryptozoology here and there. You know, I can believe
Oh
that.
yeah, I mean all of it for me. Like in the same way that like I'm even afraid of water, bro. Like it's so bad.
You're afraid of
Like
water?
yeah, like
You seem like you're a swimmer.
not even like large bodies of water. Like as a kid, I would be in a swimming pool and like every 12 seconds I would be glancing over at the vents because like I would be swimming in a pool by the ocean and I would be worried that somehow there was a there was a vent going from the from the pool I was in out to the ocean, and some
Get sucked
small
in.
thing was gonna get sucked in, and I was like, fucking, because I when I was very I don't know if this is going to be a brief tangent, but when I was a kid, I don't know, maybe like 6 years old or something, my uncle was always trying to get me out into the ocean. I was like, no, uncle, I'm scared now. And it took like 2 or 3 hours when we were at the beach. He finally convinces me to get out into the water by saying, like, don't worry, like, there's no stingrays or anything. Like, we're going to be
Wait, why do you think stingrays? That's so fucking common.
like, I was like horrified of stingrays. So we get out there, and within like 3 seconds of us being in the ocean, we get like tangled up in this fucking like web of jellyfishes, and
Yeah,
all of us are just stung like a bajillion times.
classic.
And so we go back, and I'm like, Uncle, you lied. You said it'd be fine. And so I always had this fear of jellyfishes specifically because you can't fucking see them, right? Like
Yeah,
they
they're like kind of go. They're like
yeah, like
bigger
they're
usually.
translucent. So even in like a pool where it's like obviously there's no reason a jellyfish should be in this swimming pool, right? I would still be like horrified that the jellyfish were gonna get me.
That's
So
actually one of the few things that you in like New York, you like in pool oceans and stuff in New York and the area, like you're always seeing jellyfish. There's always like a part of the year that like just the ocean just filled with jellyfish. Like they're not like the particularly like dangerous like you would have in like Australia, but like it's just a bunch of just goo everywhere. It's just you're just covered in fucking goo when you're out in the beach. And then also stingrays, like yeah, like the small little
stingrays scare the fuck out of me,
this,
man.
but they'll be like they're like in the sand up close to the shore. So it's not even like they're deep in the water. Like they're like pretty much by the shore, and people step on them and get stung or like slapped or whatever.
They get
By their
slapped.
barb. Yeah, I think it's like I think they like have a barb on their tail and they hit you with it. I don't think it's like it's not like a piercing motion. It's like a slap kind of. And
Oh, I thought they were the whole stinging kind of evokes
yeah,
a
there is like
penetration of sorts. I didn't want to be penetrated by these rays.
no like because like the tail looks like a stinger, and I think there's a barb on the end of it, but they're not like so like they're kind of like hitting you with the barb.
Huh.
And it stings when you feel it.
Oh, so it's just like it, huh.
It's like the sensation is being stung, but then again,
Okay,
obviously, like,
wait.
but
Hold up,
then
hold up, hold up.
Steve Irwin got
I was about
killed.
to say,
Yeah, because there's a
I have
barb,
very good reason.
but the barb went like it broke off in his chest and like in his heart. Like he got like hit in the most
But like,
improbable way ever.
you don't, something slapping me with a barb does not impale it into my chest, right?
No, he got really unlucky. Like it's a bigger variety of stingray too. So it's not like the small ones. Like maybe they're called different things if they're like small. Maybe mantas. I can't tell if mantas are bigger or smaller. But like the small ones that you see at the beach are not the same type that he got hit with. He got hit with like a bigger, like few feet long type of stingray, and so the barb's bigger too. You know, it's a matter of variety, like matter of scale.
They're so fucking scary, man.
I like the. I'm like very big. I'm ocean pilled. I love the ocean. Even though I live in
I think it's
landlocked.
probably good to like walk with like the very bottoms of your feet in the ocean for some grounding saline mumbo jumbo, but
Uh
like,
huh.
dude, I don't know, man. Like
I want to be deep.
the
I
shit
want to
that
be
I know
like.
for sure exists in the unexplored parts of the ocean makes me very, 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 very spooked out. Like I would 100% prefer to go, and like I'm one of those, like, I fucking hate space. Like
Mhm.
the idea that I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna be exposed to some sort of like mutant gender bending levels of radiation. They're gonna put some shielding on the spacecraft. They're gonna be like, it's probably good. Like,
Yeah, absolutely not.
it'll probably yeah, like you're 100% experiencing like 10,000 times the radiation throughput you ever would anywhere on the Earth's
You know
surface.
what's so funny? I was trying to explain this to people the other day about the moon landing. Like I'm like, this is like my favorite conspiracy now because it's like the moon landing happened, but the footage is fake. Like, so it's like just like that's why it's such a good one. It's like we went to the moon, but they forgot that like we used analog film, right? We didn't use like satellite to like film
Oh
the
yeah,
moon
because
landing.
that was pre
It was pre-satellite, really. We had
yeah.
one maybe, and it wouldn't face the moon, so they like brought analog film and they fucking fried the film, the radiation. So they had to fake the footage. Like you couldn't have taken footage on the moon.
Hmm.
So like and it's a Cold War thing too, right? So they're like having an arms race essentially with Russia. So like they have to have footage. They can't just like be like, oh, we went. So like the footage is there, it was faked on a set to make sure that the Russians can see that we did it, but like it's not what that's not real footage. So that's like the clear pill. That's the moon clear pill that
Is there
many.
do we have other examples of film being fried being taken up there?
I think they figured it out after the first time. You know what I mean? Like I think that's like a one time mistake because like, we basically like accidentally like succeeded. It was like a very like
I'm just trying to
hodgepodge.
because this should be a really easy one to confirm if anyone's ever tried to take any other film up into space and if it comes back fried.
Oh yeah, this no, that's happened before. That's like it's like over exposing film. That's
Huh.
like very yeah. That's like normal. It's just that like we didn't really consider the radiation increase once you left the Earth when we were doing that, or like they did, but it just wasn't strong enough, like the box or whatever. I don't fucking know.
That's quite a big thing to overlook.
Yeah, and it also is like, and it's like the first. Yeah, they just fucked it up. So because they fucked it up, they had to have the backup film, and here we are. Now there are people
I
who
don't
know
know.
this in more detail.
The idea of going to space and like having your spine elongate and your muscles go away and your like shit just like sticks to your body.
Yeah, disgusting.
Like everything just seems horrible.
I think space is cool, but like there's nothing out there, and like like these Elon Musk people who are like, we're gonna have colony on Mars. Like you can go die on a desert rock if you want. I'm not. Have fun on fucking in like the hellscape if you want.
Yeah. My only I don't know. There's
Do
some
you really
show I
like people
watched where
get
like
fucking
people left
homesick?
and they left and went to Mars and they developed like some sort of animosity towards the people who got to stay on Earth and they wound up like developing like giant mechas to come and like kill them.
What is this? This sounds fun.
Oh, I'm spacing. I watched this sometime in college.
Yeah, but it's
But
like you people get homesick like going to college, like and being like 2 hours away. You think you're gonna want to die on a planet you weren't even born on? You don't think that that's gonna like have like a deep psychological effect on you as a as like an Earthling to like be on another planet
well, I also
for
assume
like the
there's
rest of your life because you're not coming back probably.
I assume that the level of things that the level of ways in which people like interact with the earth is probably not fully known.
100%, yeah.
Like
Like, and people are just so flippant. Like for example, there's a species of frog in Puerto Rico, the coqui, right? And they have no idea why that when you take that frog out of Puerto Rico, they stop making the sound that they're named after. It's like the frogs all sound like coqui, coqui, coqui,
huh.
and they don't make the sound outside of Puerto Rico, and they only do it in Puerto Rico, right? And they're just like, what the fuck? And there's no real reason for that to be the case. Like, does the frog really know it's in islands nearby Puerto Rico or
Yeah, it's
not?
like a geolocked frog.
It's geolocked, yeah. So
And
and
I assume people are definitely that way. Like there's got to be something going on with like the Earth's magnetic field or like the Earth's like the Earth generally has like a really like low frequency like electrical pulse too.
yes, yeah. It's a giant superconductor, right? Like it's or do I have I'm electron ENM. I'm horrible at so I'm gonna ignore this. But like I know it has like a some kind of frequency. It has like a magnetic whatever that we're like essentially connected to. Our bioelectrics are connected to. Effectively, we're grounded.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like I don't know, like you've seen the studies where they have like they'll release somebody with like a really positive mood into a room of otherwise like neutral people and they'll monitor people's vitals and like without interacting everybody's vitals will like improve.
Yeah, we have like we're
So
a
like
pack animal. Like we have
yeah, like the chances that the chances that there's no sort of like unseen interaction like that on the earth with us is small, I
it's
feel.
yeah, and it takes a special type of like autistic rationalist type to not even consider that this is a possibility. Like it just you know what I mean. Like it's like it's like very like reason based that this would be the case, but it doesn't fit in like the rationalist like paradigm of like we're just meat on this planet. We can go anywhere.
I saw I want to say it was Ruby. He was posting something about Bluetooth headphones and how they're the devil or something like that. And he was quote tweeting some article, and all of the people in the article were just doing the like radiation actually can't be bad for you unless it's ionizing or has thermal effects or something. And it's like literally like 1980s like FCC propaganda stuff. It's so weird. Like
I always
Even
found those weird. The fucking Bluetooth, like they shoot a beam through your head, like with your
that's such a
AirPod.
it's a such a funny way that they do the pairing. Yeah.
So I'm like, that can't be good. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit paranoid, but getting the beam shot through my head seems a bit much.
Yeah, and then there's the constant refrain of, "Oh, you're experiencing radiation all the time. It's not a big deal. It's whatever." And then they start it's just about the ionizing and it's like, dude, like this this isn't like the 90s anymore, man. Like your average surgeon understands that, like, yeah, like there are effects that you can have now. Like even your average like turbo-zogged like medical agent understands that radiation doesn't necessarily have to be ionizing to impact the human body, right? Like every sweat gland you have is essentially like a teeny tiny antenna. Like
Hmm.
all of this stuff is all of this stuff is capable of interacting in ways that I don't know,
The
might not
fullest,
have been
yeah.
fully fleshed out in the 60s. And even basic stuff like the Wi-Fi thing, right?
Hmm.
Like
We
this.
were thing.
Oh, so Wi-Fi. Basically, every study I've seen on it, I assume there's some that disagree with this, just because like I've seen a lot on the pro side, but all the studies that I've seen say basically that Wi-Fi impacts your sleep partitioning. So like you spend
Oh,
different amounts of times in different sleep phases if you are within like X range of a Y power Wi-Fi emitter.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
So
probably
this is
bad.
where this is where the like turn your Wi-Fi router or turn your like the hotspot off before bed. You don't necessarily have to turn your like router off, but your actual like Wi-Fi like EMF emitting hotspot is what they recommend before
Hmm.
bed.
I'm not gonna do this, but this is good to know. I feel
It's
like,
pretty easy to automate.
well, the thing is, I have mine's like hard coded into my wall, and it's near my bed. I'm like, it's over.
Yeah. Oh, you're fucked.
I'm so fucked.
It's so over. It's like I don't know. I haven't really noticed anything, but it's one of those things where like sleep partitioning subtleties are very hard to notice unless I mean even like weed does it really bad and people still don't really notice.
Yeah, no,
Like
I mean, like you
weed
black
like
out.
fucking wipes out your REM and people will still swear up and down that it
Have
makes me
some
sleep
rules.
better
I'm like, you're a
actually.
moron. I have to sleep before I go to sleep. I have to smoke right before I go to bed. Otherwise, I can't fall asleep. Like you're fucking
Oh
you're,
dude, that's so yeah, yeah. You're
and
you're
that's
just
so
like
many people, and they get like sleep, and they become like sleep addicted or like a sleep dependent or whatever. It's like a drug dependent on it for sleep too. So now they're fucked, and they literally can't sleep without it, and it's fucking their REM. I'm like, yeah, rip to you. It's gonna be me.
I remember in high school like somebody suggested it and they were like, "Yeah, like it makes my sleep like so much more efficient, man." Like, and I was like, okay. And it just turned out he had no idea what efficient meant, right? Like, it's just he's like, oh no, it doesn't make it more efficient. It makes me sleep for like 12 hours straight, bro. It's like, wait,
That's like
that's
the
not.
opposite. That's the
That's yeah,
opposite of
that's the
efficient.
exact opposite. Fuck you, dude.
Hell yeah. Gotta
Oh
love
man,
it.
there were so many situations like that where like interacting with the people who did the presentations on like why weed should be legalized, and like I just took a lot of things at face value. And because most of my childhood I operated under the assumption that anyone who said anything confidently was confident because they had a deep understanding of it, right? Like, because I never asserted anything confidently unless I was like very 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 certain.
Hmm.
And so I saw all these people doing it all the time and I was like, oh my god, like they must fucking know. And I gradually realized that people just had a lower bar for their certainty requirement than I did. And I was like, holy fuck, like this was around the time when I had the realization that like parents aren't infallible and stuff like that. Like I
Yeah,
went
yeah.
through the like total disillusionment with humanity. I, I want to say it was around like eighth or ninth grade or something.
I actually used to do this too. for most of my life, because like I would always like what's the term, not backpedal, but like give like, like counter argument while I'm speaking, or like, well, or like leave like the logical like way out, like just because I'm like, I know that there's like caveats and blah blah blah. And then now I've just overcorrected because I'm like, fuck it. And now I'm just like, that's your job to figure that out. When I became a teacher, like that's when I like really worked on it to just like never demonstrate doubt, because like the kids like won't fucking trust you. Like you have to just be like
Right, yeah, no. I've done the
confident.
same thing too. I've gone full like evil mirror world version of like my childhood self, where like I in me realizing that there are so many people out there that just trust things based on people expressing high confidence, high conviction in them, has caused me to just be like, wouldn't it be funny if I like anything can be real, right?
Yeah,
Like I
basically,
can
yeah.
fucking say anything and they're all gonna believe me as long as I seem like I'm confident enough.
And that's the real trick of life. And but then like, now it makes fun arguments too, like little online, like just versus says crazy shit online all day.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, it's definitely fun, and it's been insightful too. To like I when I was introduced to crypto Twitter, and I instantly see all of these like high conviction retards who have
yeah,
grown
hell yeah.
massive accounts just by being a high conviction retard, by like repeating the same thing over and over again, saying the same, and people can be like, "But your prediction didn't come true." Like they're like, "It will." Just give
It-
it another year. Like they
you're
just
still
keep like,
early.
and everyone's like, "Oh my god, okay, thank you for reassuring me," and they don't bother him anymore, right? Like it's so
It's
so
brilliant,
brilliant.
honestly. Like I've learned so much about just like the way that life works from
Basic
crypto.
psychology, yeah, from just like,
Seeing people get
and
scammed
they're
and
not even
fucking
like bullshit scammers usually. They're just like delusional people who are like so convicted in this like random shitcoin.
that's all you need, really. Once you like realize a lot of the world is just that at scale.
Well, and the other thing is, at some point it like makes it work, right? Like the difference between like a good protocol and a bad protocol is usually not like the actual technicals behind it. Like it's really rare that like people can't just design the protocol that they intended to, right? Like everything can kind of do the thing, and everything has some use case for the most part. Like all
Yeah,
okay,
you kind of just will it into.
I'm lying a little. We're gonna have to exclude the Shibas and the Dogs and all that stuff.
I
But like
mean, Doge has
generally,
a Doge chain, and she those are like becoming real.
wait
They've
for
been
what?
hyperstitions.
I did hear Doge Shane is now
Yeah, so like now they made
they made an L1.
they made a L, no, it's like an L2. Um well, I guess it is L1. It doesn't really, no, it's L2, layer 2. It's like all using Polygon shit, whatever, and it's like uses Doge's currency. It's using like the weird Polygon um stuff. I don't know like Polygon chains that well, Matic. Enough to know like the details, but like it's on that. So
Is
it's
it like whatever the
it's
you know how
EV.
like DeFi Kingdoms was like a subnet thing on Avalanche? Was it like
Yes.
the subnet equivalent of whatever?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, I think that's how they handle it. It's like a subnet of Polygon, which makes
Okay.
it essentially Ethereum, because Polygon's just another.
Yeah.
So it's, and then it uses Doge for like all transactions and shit. It's pretty chill, and everything's on there is scam, but nothing tries to not be a scam. So it's like
Just
we win. Yeah, it's playing the slot machines.
yeah, BSC was like 90% scams, and they were like, we will unseat you as the king scam chain. We refuse we refuse to list a single legitimate protocol. If you come to us with an actual product, we will delete your email, we will send back, or we will return to sender, we will block you.
Yeah, no, I bought the literal like Pico top of Doge chain. So, and then it'll come back. It'll come back. They always come back. But I feel like I should make a Doge chain scam. I'm telling everyone now that this crypto next bull market, I'm gonna just go pure scammer. Like, no, there's no. I've paid my dues. I wrote a book. I've fucking helped people. Like, I'm not gonna. I'm making a scam. I promise you. I'm not. I don't promise. Like,
My thing with scamming has always been that like the effort it takes to make a crypto scam is like
The same as making a legitimate project.
Right. It's like fucking like 95% of the same as making an actual project, except you get to like run with it
Yeah, that's
and
true.
like actually associate it with yourself after the fact.
This is a
Like
problem with no, but I think you can make like a copy paste fucking derivative NFT or something.
in order to make a scam that like nobody smart on crypto Twitter would sniff out as a scam, I feel like it would be one of those situations where like I have this guy who I went to college with, right? And he grew up and he got a kind of a shitty job. And he decided that he was going to make up for his shitty job by stealing like $15,000 worth of merchandise from Amazon a year through like buying it, replacing it with Chinese fakes and sending it back.
Amazing. I
And he
love
does
that.
he has this like massive like PO box Amazon warehouse, and it takes him like 15 hours a week, right? Like all of this like buying, repackaging, shifting stuff around, like it's become a legitimate second job. And it's just like it's the same thing, right? Where he's basically taken like all of the agency that could have created like an actual business and put it into this like weird retardo like machine designed to just like exchange his time and tedious effort for money.
Yeah, basically. I mean, but you could do like the in between. I mean, that's kind of like the in between. But not to call her out, but like, what was that shit that Spinalook made? That like Born Milady. Like, you could do
Bored
something like
Miladies.
that. Yeah, you could do some fucking like. It's not like illegitimate, but it's like it's, you know what I mean. It's like kind of
Yeah, I mean, I don't
the work's
think
already
of
been done
stuff
for you.
like anything that you can say that like delivers an actual product that you're able to like shill and stuff. The main thing is just like, are you able to follow up on it? Because like you release a token, everyone buys the token goes to zero. Like people aren't going to be happy generally.
Oh yeah,
So
good point. You
there's
can't really make empty promises,
yeah,
right? Because if you just like rug, then I'm sure you can get like sued or blah blah blah. Like there's actual consequences for making like a scam project with like investors. But
yeah. Like
I'm
it,
sure
it
there's a
seems
way
like
to.
the best way if you were going to release some sort of a meme thing is like you like shadow release it, like release the contract without telling anyone who it is, pretend that you just like stumbled upon it or something and like
Yeah,
create some sort of like mystique or something around it.
it's like, yeah, basically, like, actually, this is what we did kind of with that dude who bought the 400 ETH penguin. So you wouldn't did you see him, like the guy who bought the pudgy penguin?
Yeah.
So like that guy, his name is Dreezus, and he's only famous unironically because we, like, literally me and Icebergy and a few other people, um last year he made a coin and he launched it like with like 10,000, like, to like $10,000, and like made this coin on Ethereum, and we had a bot that was catching all the newly made coins, and his name of his coin was Scam, right? And we are like, oh, this is too good to pass up, right? And he had nobody, he wasn't shilling it or anything. It was just a contract for a token called Scam. So we found it. We immediately pumped it to a literal $1 billion fully diluted value, because there's like a trillion coins or something. It's like a stupid amount of coins. So we just like and everyone in Booba Hub just bought it and made the fucking market cap like $1 billion, but no one understands liquidity. So it like had liquidity for like 20K or something, but the the fucking market cap's $1 billion. So so he like became a TikTok, he got
This
famous
was
on
really
TikTok.
recently, right?
This is a year ago, yeah. So he got famous on TikTok. Everyone in fucking crypto knew who Jesus was, and then people were like, and like it all started literally from us, and we used to like make the shills like scam's not a scam, and then we made him so much money because ultimately people started to actually buy it and like add liquidity and shit. So he made a bunch of money off it. Now he's like buying fucking $400 penguins. So I guess he's just like whatever, but
You
uh,
guys made money too, though, right?
not nearly as much as he did. Because we didn't like hold. I don't know. It's he just had an impossible amount of coins because he's the creator of the coin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were like top holders. Like for a while, I was like top 10 holder, but like he had like the fucking Genesis wallet. You know what I mean? Like he had to like burn
Yeah.
99% of the supply for it to even be fair, and even still, he just had too much of it. So we all made some money, but he made like ridiculous amounts of money. And we're like, that's fine, whatever. You did make the coin, but like now he's like a personality on Twitter. But it's literally it was a bit. Like this is just like us as a joke making, and we made someone famous. So
And he used it to buy the penguin.
yeah, he used it to buy the penguin. And I found out like last week. I was like, oh shit, it's Dreezus who bought this penguin. That's hilarious.
Do you feel like you did a good thing, or do you feel like you did a really dumb thing?
He's a good personality. He's funny. He's a little annoying, but he's kind of funny. So if we're gonna create a monster, it might as well be a fun monster
Yeah.
who buys the most expensive penguin. And he's never
Why,
gonna make
why
back.
did he do a penguin?
I don't fucking know, man. He bought the only left facing one, so it's the most highest rarity, and he's never gonna recover that. He's never gonna recover that money. So I'm glad that he believes in it that much. So like clearly,
Does he actually believe in it?
I mean, to spend 400 ETH, you have to. That's like 400 ETH for a penguin is like higher than the amount of ETH that like CryptoPunks were going for at the top, or like rare Bored Apes. Like it doesn't make sense. Like, and obviously ETH is like $1,000, like $1,500 now, but like you gotta imagine like in like a few years when ETH's like $10,000 or something, you don't look at that like I spent $40 million on a fucking on a fucking picture of a penguin. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be really bad, yeah.
So yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to Jesus. Yeah, but someone's got to do it. So I guess we just put. Listen, if it's fake money goes around the merry-go-round and just fucking, it's not really real. I guess if you're buying penguin, if you never like cashed it out.
I cannot. Why did no one tell me? Was I even in Booba Hub at that time?
Nah, you were. This is before your time. This is like you were on the you were around, I think, but like you didn't like really start to talk to us until a little bit later. This is like
I feel like I talked to you guys as soon as I got added, but
no, I know this is, but this is before.
oh, you mean like outside?
Yeah, this is in Booba Hub, but this is like maybe a month or two before you got added. Actually, yeah, that's exactly one. That's probably like a year ago, almost to the date. Actually, I could probably look it up because I don't think I've tweeted anything about scam since. So let's see, scam. This was a good fucking coin. The marketing was brilliant. I need to make sure I use this kind of skills on my own project next time because I was fucking. Oh wow, the coin still exists. People are still tweeting about it. No shit. All right. Well, no wonder he has money. Okay, so this is April 22nd, 2021.
Fuck.
So yeah, this is like definitely before you were added.
I missed it by like a month. I missed my moonshot riches.
Yeah. So hey, I'm gonna look. Listen, I'm just gonna use this skills for this podcast or whatever marketing job or something, some fucking scam or like pseudo scam I make. Like
So it was all just Booba Hub guys memeing it, I assume.
Yeah, like literally just memeing it, and then it got enough attention that it worked out. And then like we helped him like do like all the stuff, like the contract writing. Like we got him like people to add liquidity. Like we got Marin in, and we got like people to like we built a real coin.
Marin.
Yeah, because Marin was like kind of cool then, but now she's annoying. She's still
Marin
like,
was the liquidity.
yeah, she was like one of the bigger holders, and she like added liquidity, and like and like a few other people like so we got like legitimacy. Also, she had a million TikTok followers at the time. She probably has more now. So like
I was gonna say she probably.
So she like tweeted, she like made a TikTok about scam, and so it blew the fuck up. You know what I mean? It's like we like coordinated like some real like grassroots shit here, and like made it happen, and then it all turned out that he gets the most expensive NFT ever.
But the most expensive penguin, right? Like it's like. I think about this all the time. Like he could have gotten a base level ape or two. He could have gotten like 5 apes actually at this point.
Yeah, I would have got fucking really anything out. I mean, I would have bought CryptoPunks personally. I would like get like for 400 ETH, you could buy like one of the more expensive CryptoPunks. and be fucking like swaggy. Like I don't know, 400 ETH is a lot of fucking money in the NFT world.
Yeah, it seems things kind of cap out around like 1.5 million.
Yeah, I mean like I would have got Fidenzas. There's a million things that are just like higher quality, and he picks the fucking left facing penguin. So hey, listen, I don't know what's. I don't have 400 ETH to spend, so clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. He's the fucking
Isn't
expert here.
Jeebus penguin guy?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I think he's the only penguin guy I know.
he's like the only one who's like still a penguin guy. Everyone was before, but then
When they didn't they do some like embarrassing like fishing reel
the
scam?
fishing rods. Oh, I love the fishing rod. Yeah, they gave everyone the eggs, and the eggs hatch is just a fishing pole, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is? Why did you do this?" And people were like buying them, like because like the demand increases, so people were like buying to get this shitty fishing pole. But like someone recently bought that Tiffany thing, like the Tiffany NFT, where they make an NFT out of whatever you want,
And they
and
made the fishing
they made
pole.
the fishing pole, which is such a fucking boss thing to do.
How much are the fishing poles going for?
I don't know what they are now, but the NFT was like I don't remember how much the NFT was. It was like five. I think it was like 5 ETH or something. It was like not that expensive, but it wasn't like cheap. Uh, oh, it might have been 50 ETH. I don't know. It was. I think it's 50 ETH. Yeah, it was 50 ETH for the Tiffany NFTs. But they like made a diamond studded like fishing rod, so that's kind of like it was. They put their Tiffany quality into it.
Yeah, I still think with the Tiffany NFTs, it's like you got to go with you got to maximize the number of diamonds you're getting, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely he fucked himself over by not getting like one of the face things. Yeah, you definitely want to maximize your because they're not gonna like go overboard. They're gonna try to make as much profit as possible. And it's a very thin fishing pole. Obviously, like the
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Is you get like 12 diamonds, like it's like a one by 12 fishing pole or something.
yeah.
And like, was the fishing pole or the fishing pole wasn't even pixelated, was it? So
Nah,
like,
it
not
wasn't
even gonna
pixelated.
look
No.
that great.
Yeah, it was dumb. I would have. I understand being a boss enough to the bit. Like if you can flex enough to buy a fishing pole necklace, I understand doing it for the bit, but I'm not balling like that.
Oh yeah, no, it's 100% funny enough. But my extreme like penny pinching like Hebrew tendencies are telling me like you've got to maximize the diamonds.
I would have got like
You've got to make sure to pick stones that are going to be most likely to be most likely to be diamonds as opposed to garnets or some other less valuable stone.
oh, good point. Yeah, you got to pick like a NFT that like maximizes your
Like literally
stone
like a
output.
pure like white, like just a white square.
There actually was a white. There was actually for a minute there. They were doing like the rock paper scissors. I think either paper probably is just straight white, or and they had like the air NFT. I did buy that, and I sold that very quickly. I miss those days when you could just buy an NFT off hype and flip it. It's in like 20 minutes. Uh, that was paying my rent for a year.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I like all most of 2021.
I literally like didn't
That's I was
figure
just
out how
doing
to use
NFT.
OpenSea until like 3 months ago. Like I still I still have never bought an NFT not at Mint.
Based. No,
The
this is
only well, no, that's a lie. I did trade a Milady for another Milady.
oh, that's fair. I know I got pretty decent at like kept finding shit, selling it off hype while they're still and just flipping and doing it over and over again. Like last summer. I'm actually like really upset that era has ended. I hope it comes back soon because that shit was very fun.
You think Arby's gonna have a run soon? Arbitrum?
Probably. I mean, GMX
I
has been
was thinking
going
it
up.
looks like it. I was thinking it looks like it wants it, and I've still got a lot of the treasure NFTs.
The hell's treasure NFTs?
They're it's like the marketplace on Arbitrum for NFT stuff.
Oh, I never used that before. I've never used NFTs. I actually do have an NFT on Arbitrage, but it's like some like Tamagotchi thing. Um, Interesting. I do think it's gonna run. I like Arbitrum. Um, Obviously, GMX has been running.
Is that on Arbitrum?
Yeah, that's their perpetual swap, like like leverage trading platform. It doesn't have that many like pairs on it, but it's the only one that works.
I've been using Sushi Swap.
Yes, well, that's just for normal trading, but you can't do like leverage trading on Sushi Swap.
Oh,
But like the leverage, I'm like leverage on a dex is weird because like you're getting charged, and I don't know. I would never use it the way like when I look at the underlying, like you can't keep a position open for more than like a day, like a week before you start like bleeding money. But in
I
theory,
always
it's
assumed
cool.
it was just going to be. I mean, because Arbitrum doesn't even have like good fees, right?
It doesn't have what?
Arbitrum doesn't even have like good fees.
No, it does. It does have good. It has like the only selling point.
Well, it doesn't have good fees compared to like other L2s or Solana or something, right? Like I remember fees were still like $4 or $5 whenever I
Oh
would
yeah,
try to
yeah.
get
It's
stuff
like
on.
it's gonna be like Avalanche or it's a little cheaper than Avalanche was. Like Avalanche might
Oh
have
well,
got to
at the
$10.
time it was a few factors bigger than Avalanche when Avalanche was at like $1 or something per swap. So maybe it scaled
So it kind of
a
depends
little
on
worse.
what is pumping. Like it kind of like if Avalanche is pumping and like really active, the fees can get pretty to like $10-15, and then but like usually it's super cheap, and that's kind of the issue with Avalanche. Um, but then Arbitrum, it has like peaks and valleys, but like it stays kind of consistently around like $1 to $5 in my experience.
It's not bad.
I mean, it's not good, but it's not like Ethereum. Though Ethereum's like $5 right now, so like I don't even need to worry about Arbitrum. Like I was doing
Right,
trans.
exactly. Like I've been like feeling, and it also is just a thing of like being able to use Ethereum layer one stuff. Like I just feel rich when I do it now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Also,
damn,
like
I'm a baller. This is epic. I'm just sending this without second thought, man.
I'm like still PTSD to like when I look at, but then I like look at I'm like, wow, gas is really 5 gwei. Like what the fuck?
When I look at the amount of like actual money that I've spent on gas, and I realize that it's like upward of like $10,000.
Oh yeah, no the gas drops. I'm so they did those brief airdrops was like kind of nice, because I've spent in gas fees has been fucking ludicrous, and I don't like look. I'm gonna look at it now anyway though. Let's see, because I've had this one I've had uh this whatever account this like my shitty
Bro, that was like the most insane, probably the most insane like crypto incentive structure I have ever seen ever.
the gas
Where
drops.
you're sitting there thinking like it's a free mint, but it's gonna cost $350 to mint it because gas fees. Do I do it?
Oh yeah, that
Like
was
that
always
shit was
brutal,
so insane.
and I still fucking did it. I've lost many monies that way. Yeah, like Gwei's 10. I can't even believe that what I'm seeing. Gas is 10. All right, so I've spent apparently actually not that much. I've spent well, this is a lot, but it's less than I thought. I've spent $25,000 in gas. In the current value of Ethereum. So that's 15. It says 15. It says
That's
14.5
the
ETH
current value of
at the current
Ethereum.
value of Ethereum. So there was
Oh,
a
at the
point where it
value of Ethereum that it was when you did it.
was 100K.
Yeah.
Let's close this fucking tab.
Oh, dude, it's over, man. The oh, what was I gonna say? Fuck. What were we saying right before this?
I don't know. I just had like a moment of trauma of what
Just
we were talking
broke
about.
you,
I don't remember what we were talking
broke
about.
your brain.
Yeah, we were talking about. Oh yeah, like free mints with like $500
Oh,
gas.
dude, my absolute worst, like the worst, dumbest thing that I ever did was fucking grow protocol. I didn't put in like a big bag. I want to say I got like 6K worth or something. That
Mm-hmm.
6K turned into like 15K over the next like week, and I was like, wow, it's probably going to keep going up forever. So I
Ooh.
like just locked it in the vault and didn't look at
No.
it. And then I came back and it went from like $32 to like $1, and I was like,
Ooh.
And then like by the time I like unlocked it and got it out, it was like fucking like 30 cents or something. And like it was one of those things with like $300 for the swap, like a couple hundred to lock it in the vault, a couple hundred to like sign the vault, like, and then like to get it out. And I was like, holy shit. Like I actually, like, I didn't think it was possible to lose more than you invested without using leverage, but I did it.
You
Like,
figured it out.
right, because I had to use so much money to get it out of there.
I'm crying. I mean, like, listen, that's all I remember are like my losses. I can
Yeah,
never remember.
like
I can
just the
never
worst.
remember my
Well,
wins.
and then I like on the small brains NFT shit. I whitelisted. You had to like draw a picture of a monkey and like send pictures of your
Mhm.
hands and do other stuff. And for whatever reason, I decided to whitelist like 3 wallets for this random free NFT project. And then every whitelisted wallet wound up being worth like an average of like 50K or something. And I got like the top like 20th rarest one out of like 20K that
Mhm.
was like at one point worth like 200K.
Mhm.
And I didn't sell.
Oh no.
I fucking didn't sell it. I still to this day and it's still worth like 10K or something. But like, I mean, it's like I left my unrealized P&L on that one was such a fucking, that was a
Oh
massive return moonshot. I'm just thinking like I could have paid off my house like
yeah.
instantly, and I was like, no, this monkey picture might be worth what, 400K. Like what was
What are you gonna get? Yeah, this is like me.
right, like what was my fucking idea with that one?
And
So I don't know.
with
I did
NFTs.
the same thing in 2018 to some extent, but then I like tapped out of crypto. And I think the key with crypto is to just stay in it so that you're
Ready
like,
for the
I
next.
think your RAM
Yeah.
gets dumped if you leave, right? And
Yes.
you have to relearn all of the same lessons. So we're just not gonna have to do that one. It seems like once you stick around for long enough, you just make it by virtue of
Yeah. There's
not
many
quitting.
opportunities. Just there's just too
Yeah.
many. I know. I that's actually what happened last time. I mean, like I like left. Like I actually missed a little bit of the DeFi summer, like in 2020, because I was like, I'm fucking sick of this. Like I lost money when this, that, and the other thing happened, and then so I was like skeptical to get back into like the new like Uniswap paradigm, and I was like, I hesitated for like a month or two, and the same thing with like NFT. But I mean, I was already in the, I was still doing crypto. I just was like sticking to what I knew instead of like finding the new opportunity. But I always think about when I left. So loot, like the adventure, whatever. Loot for discoverers or adventures or whatever it's called. I minted that, and I'm pretty sure it was a free mint or damn near close to free. And
Treasure is basically like the successor to Loot, by the way.
oh, it's an Arbitrum version of loot.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. So yeah, so I minted it, and it was free mint or really close to it. And I had this picture, and I was looking at it, I was like, this is pretty cool. I had like a pretty cool one with like cool items and stuff. I was like, this is interesting. I like this idea, but like, I don't know what this is like a really abstract. There's no way this is going to take off. So I sold it. I want to say this is like a Friday for a point zero eight ETH, right? And then and I want to say by Monday it was like 12 ETH floor. It was like, you fucking moron, dude. How did you do this?
Was this when F was like 1,000, or was this
It's like
when it
it's
was?
like yeah, it's like 1,000, 2,000 some range. But still, a 12 ETH floor is like, even in like, I think yeah, it was like $2,000 actually. It was probably around 2,000, and it's like, how did you fuck this up? So and that's when I never had a free mint go that hard ever again.
Oh, dude, the idea of like all of the free airdrops and mints and stuff, and like we were still just like round tripping it.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's the most painful part when you just were like,
it's just so stupid. Like it's like the post where people are talking about like I explained to my accountant that I was given this money, and I was like trying to figure out like how do I tax this? Like, is it a gift? Is it realized gains? Is it unrealized gains? Like, what's going on with my airdrop profits? And he was like, what do you mean they gave you the money? Like,
I don't understand.
And they had to explain that it's just like a thing in crypto that like if you've used enough protocols, eventually you'll get like
Free shit.
massive amounts of free money.
Yeah, there's no the thing about crypto is like I unironically, I've not yeah, very like wholeheartedly believe that the concepts are like the crypto market is just far too advanced for our current taxation thing. So I will only pay the bare minimum, and it's basically only when I cash out because I can't explain airdropping. You can't explain NFTs. Like NFTs, like are they even a picture? Does it fall under art trading? Is it considered a financial asset? Who fucking knows? I don't know. Then there's like decentralized, like those fucking like AMM trading, like this to like who has custody?
Dude,
Like,
they're like SEI is now an on-chain like order book chain.
mm-hmm.
Have you seen
No,
any like I can't explain it well, but it basically like the chain functions as an order book.
mm-hmm.
So you can do like grid bots and you can do like limit orders and all of this stuff on chain.
Interesting.
How the fuck is the IRS going to deal with that
They're
on
not.
chain?
They're just not. Like that's kind of like I've. You just have to accept that. Like this is kind of the one thing I took from 0 to 1 that Peter Thiel book is that there's only two ways to get rich. Um, or rather, no, not that part. The part that he's like basically every like monopoly or like big company starts either as something criminal, or it starts as like an actual crime, or it starts as like um or it's like gifted, like money was like given to the person. So there's only two ways to like start a real business. It's like either you create a product that works and it's in uncharted territory that doesn't have laws to drain all the money out of it yet, so it's technically illegal, or it's you were gifted money. In this case, it's both. Interestingly enough, but you're both
Yeah, I
being
guess
gifted
that's fair.
money
I
and
mean,
it's
that's
illegal.
all the big money Twitter e-commerce guru guys say the same thing about like, yeah, if you do anything in the startup territory, like for the first stretch of things, you just kind of make stuff work and don't really worry about like benefits or taxes or any of this shit.
Yeah, and if once you get the money, they come for you. They don't come for you when you're broke. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They come for you when you have money, and then by the time you have the money, you can figure out
yeah, you can
the
you can figure out the lawyers.
yeah. And I mean, but they're obviously gonna work on the taxes for this shit, but they just can't keep up. I appreciate Coinbase making life simple with their taxes. I use Coinbase for like cashing out. It's just very convenient and it's instant, so I use them. Um,
I use Gemini.
yeah, I never was able to. Well, I guess I could have gotten a Gemini account, but I just never got through the KYC. I just got annoyed. I got like my account got locked or something, and I just never finished it. But Coinbase has the
I've liked
Coinbase card,
Gemini
which
a
I love.
lot.
People say Gemini is good.
Also, I think Gemini technically has custody of most Coinbase assets.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting. If it weren't for the Coinbase card, I would probably use Gemini. This Coinbase card is very convenient.
yeah. Well, my thing with Coinbase was they switched to Plaid, and Plaid like as like a so Coinbase will just randomly delist my bank. It's like a thing that they do just like once every
Oh,
like 3 months. So I'll have to go and it like fucks up all of my like automated buys and all of this shit. And which is obviously just like very annoying, right? Because I
yeah, definitely.
keep getting all these notifications that all of this stuff is getting denied and declined, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I've hooked up most of the bills to the Coinbase debit card because it has like absurd cashback rewards.
Hmm.
And so then it does that and it kicks off my payment. And the only way to get it verified for a while there was Plaid, right? Like there was no manual process. It was only their Plaid like automated bank verification system that just like wasn't working on my bank for half a year.
Hmm.
And I was like opening a Coinbase ticket does fuck all, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
no.
you're not going to get a hold of any. So, and like if you go search for it, everyone is like, hey, like I have this bank and I'm having this problem where it delisted me and your automated system won't work. And everyone was like, thank you for your support. Like, we'll get to you.
They don't get you worth the shit. Even with the Coinbase card, like I had to like when I actually got my not my identity was stolen, sort of, but not really. Like it kind of just a waiter just wrote down my card number, so that's like an easy fix. But they did spend my card. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so when I call them to be like, to dispute the transactions and be like, take it off my card, like, I don't know. They're like, did you talk to your bank? I'm like, or did you talk to the places that the money was spent at? I'm like, yeah, but they told me to talk to the bank. And I'm like, does this count as a bank? Are you guys fucking, are you a bank? So then I had to fucking call them and like go through their process. Now they did help me out, so that worked out. But this was a really complicated process. Whereas like if it was Wells Fargo, you're like,
Yeah.
someone used my card, and you're like, all right,
Not
we
gonna be a
undid it,
huge issue.
and they undo it within like 30 seconds. It's like, all right, it's gone. I'll send you a new card now.
Yo, bro, I just looked at the clock here and I'm realizing we're about 45 minutes past my bedtime.
Oh yeah, yeah, we can go to sleep, or you can go to
Probably
sleep.
gonna have to head out tonight.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I figured. I didn't realize it was like late. I was just going.